Namaste students, welcome back to your social science history class. In the last class we have studied about the ancient civilization of India and we also studied about the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization and the town planning. In today's class we will move on to the Vedic age. When we tell Vedic age, what do we mean Vedic age? So, the Vedic period or Vedic age is the period in the late Bronze Age and early Iron Age of the history of India when the Vedic literature, including the Vedas, was composed in the northern Indian subcontinent between the end of the urban Indus Valley civilization and the second urbanization, which began in the central Gangetic plain in 6000 BCE. So, the Vedas. So, what do we mean by the Vedas? The Vedas are the liturgical text which formed the basis of the influential Brahmanical ideology which developed in the Kuru kingdom, a tribal union of several Indo-Aryan tribes. The Vedas contain the details of life during the period that have been interpreted to be historical and constitute the primary source for understanding the period. These documents, alongside the corresponding archaeological record, allow for the evolution of the Indo-Aryan and the Vedic culture to be traced and inferred. So, meaning the word Veda means knowledge. It has been derived from the Sanskrit root vid, to know, denotes works containing the knowledge Vidya, the most sacred and authoritative knowledge. Veda is therefore a book of knowledge. The word Veda does not refer to one single literary work, but it indicates a whole great literature. The Vedas are composed and orally transmitted from precision by speakers of an old Aryan languages who had been migrated into the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent early this period. The Vedic society was a patriarchal and the patrilineal. Early Indo-Aryans were a late Bronze Age society centered in Punjab, organized into tribes rather than kingdoms and primarily sustained by a pastoral way of life. Around 1200 to 1000 BCE, the Aryan culture spread the eastward to the fertile western Ganges plain. Iron tools were adopted, which allowed for the clearing of forest and the adoption of a more settled agricultural way of life. The second half of the Vedic period was characterized by the emergence of the towns, kingdoms, and a complex social differentiation distinctive to India. And the Kuru kingdom's codification of orthodox sacrificial ritual. During this time, the central Ganges plain was dominated by a related but non-Vedic Indo-Aryan culture of Greater Magadha. The end of the Vedic period witnessed the rise of the true cities and large cities called as the Mahajanapadas, as well as the Shramana movements which challenged the Vedic orthodoxy. So, the Vedic period saw the emergence of a hierarchy of social classes that would remain influential. Vedic religion developed into the Brahmanical orthodoxy and around the beginning of the Common Era. The Vedic tradition formed one of the constituents of the Hindu synthesis. Archaeological cultures identified with phases of Indo-Aryan material culture include the archery, colored pottery culture and the Gandhara grave culture, the black and red ware culture and painted grey ware culture. Now let's just move on to the origins of this. The early Vedic period is historically dated to the second half of the second millennium BCE. Historically, after the collapse of the Indus Valley civilization, which occurred around 1900 CE, groups of Indo-Aryan peoples migrated into the northwestern India and started to inhabit the northern Indus Valley. The Indo-Aryans represented a small group that diverged from other Indo-Iranian tribes at the Andronova horizon before the middle of the second millennium CE. The Indo-Iranians originated in the Synthesa culture, from which arose the subsequent Andronova horizon. The Indo-Aryans migrated through the adjacent areas of today's present northern Afghanistan to northwest India, followed by the rise of the Iranian Yaz culture. And the Iranian migrations into Iran at 800 CE. Indian writers and archaeologists have opposed the notion of a migration of Indo-Aryans to India. Indo-Aryans into India and argued for an indigenous origin of the Indo-Aryans. In this view, the Indian civilization must be viewed as an unbroken tradition that goes back to the earliest period of the Sindhu Saraswati or Indus tradition. Though popular in India and reflecting the Indian views of the Indian history and religion, the idea of a purely indigenous origin of the Indo-Aryans is outside the academic mainstream. The knowledge. According to the well-known historian B.K. Ghosh in History and Culture of the Indian and People, published by the Bharati Vidya Bhavan, the culture built by these people understood based on the Vedas and is called as a Vedic culture. So what is Vedic culture? Vedic culture is based on the Vedic scriptures or Shastras called Vedas. Veda comes from the word Vid. Vid is a Sanskrit word for to know. Veda means knowledge, eternal knowledge, no beginning, no ending for the knowledge, isn't it, children? Still the lifelong we go on studying. Sanskrit was the language of the Vedic civilization. The Vedic period is identified as the period between 1500 BC to 700 BCE. This has been divided into two parts, that is the Rig Vedic period and the post-Vedic period. The Rig Vedic period starts from 1500 to 1000 BCE and post-Vedic period from 1000 to 6000 CE. Now we will move on to the second part of the post-Rig Vedic period or Rig Vedic period or post-Vedic period. This period between 1000 BCE to 700 BCE, but the Vedas were not compiled in a written form during this period. Vedas are are not compiled in written form, and they were in the oral in the oral form at the beginning, and later emerged into the written form with a lot of changes. Now we will move on to the 4 Vedas. We are having the 4 Vedas, that is the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. So let us know about it. So the Vedas are the earliest of the Aryan books. Most of the Indians regard them as the revealed wisdom. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. The Rig Veda, when we move on to the Rig Veda, the Rig Veda is the one of the oldest Veda, and the historian like Dr. Mukherjee places its period composition as early as 2500 BC. It was about, we are having here about 1552 mantras are hymns which is written in the praise of the gods and the goddesses, representing the various aspects of the nature. So it tells about even about the part of the nose. We are having 6 Vedangas: Shiksha, that is the phonetics, the nose, which part from the nose, how we pronounce from the nose, and the Ayurveda, that is the chakra and Shushruta. Then we also have the Vyakarana, that is the grammar, the mouth. Then we are having this the Yajur Veda. The Yajur Veda, it contains chiefly the hymns that describe the rituals to be observed while performing the yagas or the sacrifices. We are having the Chandas, feet, then Dhanur Veda, Vishwamitra. Next we are having the Sama Veda. The Sama Veda, hymns are meant for priests who used to sing, who used to sing while performing the yagas. That is the Niruktama, etymology, origin of the words, years, and the Gandharva Veda. So it has about 1875 mantras. Then we are having the Atharva Veda. The Atharva Veda, it has the hymns dealing with charms and spells for subduing evil spirits and to control the disease. And also the Vedas throw much light on the social, political, religious and economic life of the Aryans. The yaga and process and the the Vedas are mainly complication or the completion of nature worship, yoga and process of yagas and the black magic, what I told you, these are called as Samhite. Every Samhite has the text called Brahmana that explains the various ways how we had to perform the rituals. So the Brahmanas are treatises on the Vedas. They are in prose and explain the hymns of the Vedas to the common people who could not otherwise understand them. They deal only with ritual connected with sacrifice. Every Brahmana has an Arnayakas. The Arnayakas are the concluding part of the Brahmanas. They were specially written for the hermits living in the forest. They deal with the mysticism and philosophy rather than elaborate rituals and sacrifices. And every Brahmana has an Aryanka and an Upanishads. When we tell Upanishads, the Upanishads deal with the philosophical questions such as the true nature of God and the soul, that exact relationship between the two. Which are the two? The God and the soul. They explain in detail the doctrines of karma, moksha and maya. They are opposed to ritualism and sacrifices. According to the Upanishads, the knowledge of the self and practice of virtue are the means of salvations. So the Upanishads are the reflective discourse on philosophy. Upanishads are the evidence of the intellectual maturity of Indians during the Vedic age, during the Vedic period. Next we will move on to, when we tell Upanishads, let us just overall meaning we saw. Let us move in detail about the Upanishads. The literal meaning of Upanishad. Literal meaning is sitting near, implying sitting near a teacher to get knowledge. Upanishad is nothing but it is a knowledge. It represents an earnest quest for the truth. End part of the Vedas is Vedanta. Each Veda has 4 sections: Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad. 2 major sections of Vedas we are having: 2, ritualistic part and the knowledge part. When I tell ritualistic part, for personal and material gains. Upanishadic knowledge is for higher knowledge of self and transcendent states of awareness. Some Upanishads attack the ritual practices of the Vedas. Then we are also having the Bharatiya scriptures. We can see the Vedas. This is a flow chart, children. So in this flow chart, what do we have? We have 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, Artha Veda. These are the 4. Then the sections of the Vedas. When we move, what I thought, the Sanhita, the Brahmana, the Aryanka and the Upanishads. The Vedas are again divided into 2, Vedanga and Upaveda. Under the Vedanga, we are having the Vyakarana, the Jyotishya, Nirukta, Shikacha, Chanda, Kalpa Sutras. Then Upaveda, we are having Artha Veda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda and Ayurveda. And we are also having the Smrutis. Then under the Bharatiya scriptures, we are having the Darshan Shastras, where we are having a Purva Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheka, Sankhya, Yoga and Uttara Mimamsa, that is Brahma Sutra. Then we are having the Puranas. Under the Puranas again it is Bhagavatam. Then we are having the writings of Acharyas and Jagat Guru. Then we are also having the writings of Rishis and Bhakt and saints. Then we are having Itihas of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then we are having the Gita. Like this, the Bharatiya scriptures are been divided, children. In the next class, children, we will move on to the Rig Vedic age or the early Vedic age. So with this, I will stop the lesson. Thank you.